Right. We are now live. Hello, everyone, and hello, Peter. Thank you so much for
Hello.
joining me. Really appreciate it, and thank
No
you so
worries, no
much
worries.
for being my first guest on my new live series. Um, so we've got a few people who literally just joined us in the chat now. We've got James, Speak of the Devil. We were literally just talking about you, James. All nice things, of course, all good things. Um,
Oops, I did turn it.
Hope you're doing all right. And we've also got Damien. Hi, Damien. Nice for you to join us. Thank you so much. Really appreciate everyone who joins us. So, how's your day been today, then, Pete?
Yeah, not too bad to be honest. Not done a great deal, but uh, just all done really reselling or eBay wise. It's just ended a few listings, sorted those out, and then just changed titles, prices, that sort of thing, and just sold similar on those, and that's really about it. Just one of
Yeah,
those days that's gone too fast, and that was that.
yeah. I haven't managed to get any new listings on today. I've just done quite a few sell similars. I had about 10 or
Hmm.
11 listings that were
Yeah,
on their last day, so I've just been through sold similars of those. I've sent out a few offers on eBay and Vinted today, but haven't had any sales as of
right.
yet.
Yeah.
But there's still a good few hours of the evening to go, so
Hmm.
we'll see. Um, so what I wanted to ask you, Pete, was just sort of what got you into reselling? Like, how did you start?
Oh, how did I start? I was thinking about that the other week, and it's basically one Sunday in the summer of early summer 2016. Going back a bit, I got bored and I saw an advert on Google for eBay. I thought I'll sign up and sort out an account, and then throughout the summer I was listing some bits, personal bits, and going through that. And then I happened to get stuck on wording of an item. And back then, it was very difficult to actually find out that, and there was not very many YouTubers or ways to find out. So I happened to type in Google, saw Nick and Andrew's video or one of their videos, and popped onto their channel and had a look at a few, gained some tips, and just started from there. Really doing it on and off, and then I got made redundant about over a year later in November, no, October 17. So I had quite a few months off eBay and with a bit of depression and that sort of thing. So I picked it back up about February, March 18, and then I thought I want to really ramp it back up, and sorted out my business and started to be a proper business. And since then, I've just been listing and doing YouTube videos and meeting people. And yeah, that's really about it. Just one random Sunday, I just happened to go, right, I'll do it. Normally, I just go, I can't be bothered, but I thought I'll
Yeah.
do it and get on with it, and that's it.
Nice. What was your job then? What did you do?
Working with kids.
Oh,
I've
right.
really always
Okay.
worked with kids, yeah, in capacities. I've worked with ages 3 months all the way up to 16 years.
Oh,
Like
nice.
at that picture point, I was working in a breakfast club, after school club, where my
Yeah.
mum used to run herself. So, and then that got shut down. But I have worked in day nurseries and um, worked with older children in youth centres and stuff like that. So I've been and seen it.
Yeah.
Personally, the older kids from like teenager and that, they can be a handful, but I personally think 2 to 3 year olds, they can be right sods. Always can be, and always will be. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I have to admit, like,
Summer.
kids carry the most horrific bugs. Like, when I used to be like full time in A&E, and I used to go and have to do
Yeah.
the pediatric like A&E.
Hmm.
The amount of times I got the most horrific like stomach bugs off
Yeah, yeah.
kids, like they do just carry the most horrific bugs.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the little kids do. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Definitely
cool.
came away with a few bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. So what kind of things like what's your main kind of stuff you sell then, Pete? What's like your bread and butter kind of stuff?
Ooh. Bread and butter. So, computer gaming stuff, board games, any type of toys. But I've branched out over years. People who are here have known me for years, and what I like got hold of loads of and sold. Right now, it's board games. I was looking through what I've got here, toys, like that sort of thing. I was picking up a load of stuff.
Nice.
Archer from Small Soldiers, Go for Good Money, Furby down here, and it's to sort out.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Furby's are
Um,
cool.
but a lot of people know me for collecting football cards, whether
Oh,
it's Jack,
really?
Panini, another ones. Yeah, I I got some here. I got like a Dave Beckham sticker here, just
Oh,
for stuff I'm
nice.
working on, and other bits and pieces, top
Yeah.
trumps and whatever else. But as a lot of people might say, they know me basically for picking up random like a lot of stuff. Like I'd been selling a lot of tires, not lately, but I brought over like a few years, brought like 30, 40 tires just randomly. I remember buying a load from a jumble sale,
Yeah.
and then I brought back in early 20 before lockdown. I'd went to a load of jumble sales and I was picking up computer bags and that sort of thing. I had loads left and I couldn't sell them, so in the end they went to a charity shop,
Yeah.
and then I got into selling football cards through lockdown, just looking them up and going through. And there's a lot of good channels on YouTube and for
Yeah.
that. And then I've gained some knowledge and always helping people with that sort of thing. But yeah, loads of things, particularly. Can't think of anything else particularly about. Oh, I have picked up loads of wall plaques
Okay.
from varying sporting things or
Yeah.
companies or army, and they all sell rather quickly. I've only
Yeah.
got one left,
Oh, nice.
but something else. But yeah, it's just random stuff, really.
Oh, that's cool. One thing me and you both have in common though actually is we're both
Yeah.
Chelsea fans, aren't we?
God,
Which
yeah.
is
Oh,
nice.
all right, let's have a look. One sec.
So I think we're gonna have to
I can
do
pick a
like
whole
a
load of these out.
little
Chelsea,
trip or something. Nice.
final, Man U. I've
Oh,
got
nice.
loads of Chelsea
Got
ones.
loads.
Oh, here. Even a classic one from '97.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked these up last year. Last year, a car boot for cheap. One of
Nice.
my favourites for my favourite year.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah, I
good
love that sort
year.
of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
always been a Chelsea fan ever since I was 4 years old. First team I saw on telly. I
Yeah.
thought,
See,
oh,
I've been
my
a
fault.
Chelsea fan since I was like 7 or 8, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you're just glory hunting or whatever." But I actually started supporting them because my favourite colour is
Yeah.
yellow, as
Oh
my
yeah.
7-year-old brain. And my favourite colour is yellow, and I used to love Gianfranco Zola. He was my favourite player.
Oh
So
yeah.
the yellow strip as well, I was like, "That's it, I'm a Chelsea fan," and it's stuck ever since. But that was how
100%.
my little
Yeah.
7-year-old brain works,
Mm,
and it stuck.
yeah.
But
100%. Yeah. I love that yellow strip. Yeah.
yeah, with the auto glass on the front and like
Yeah.
the
Also. Yeah.
walls as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump into the chat very
No
quickly.
worries.
So we've got Limelight Vinty. Hello there. Thank you so much for joining. Nights Live, Richard. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. I think Richard's already put in the chat, so he won't mind me saying, but he's tested positive for COVID yesterday, unfortunately.
Oh, there you
Um,
go. God. Mm.
Richard is also going to be on my live next week. Obviously, depending how he feels. As long as he's well enough, I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
not going to hold you
Yeah.
to that. We've also got Anna here. So Anna, I actually met at a car boot.
Okay.
She was selling with her husband, whose nickname is Lofty because he's very tall. I don't actually know
Yeah.
his real name, to be honest, but Lofty. And they gave me an amazing deal on like 3 Wii's, 2 Xboxes, games, controllers,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
everything.
nice.
Gave me an absolutely steal on it. And I've only got 1 Wii left now. And I've sold the Xbox. So I've got pretty much through the bundles. So thank you so much for that. And I'm also well, hopefully Anna's going to come and drop off another couple of Xboxes to me tomorrow with some steering wheels and a Connect and things like that. I was going to go out to her, but unfortunately, like I was telling Peter earlier before we went live, my shower kind of fell off the wall today as I was trying to get ready for work. So I then couldn't have a shower before work, which put me in an incredible bad mood. So I was going to go out and get them tomorrow, but I've now got to wait in for the plumber tomorrow to come and fix everything. Yeah. So I'll either get them tomorrow or Sunday. But thanks so much for joining, Anna. That was a very long-winded story. Sorry about that, everybody. James has 11 in the chat. Let's get the likes on the video. Yep, let's get those likes up. Derek, hello, Derek. I did a live with Nick actually before I had a YouTube channel. I did do a live with Nick and Derek and Pete. So thanks for joining in the chat, Derek. Really appreciate that. I just got people saying hello to each other, and we've got John YLM.
Hi, John.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate that. James says, "Oh, Rich, that's rubbish. Put your feet up and rest." Yeah, make sure you do that, Rich. James also says, "I remember when I had it. I hate it. It wiped me out."
Oh yeah, I've had that once. Yeah,
it really does wipe you out. I'm pretty lucky that, as far as I know, I've only had it once in December 2020.
All right.
How I got that far, I don't know, because I was a respiratory ward sister at the time.
Okay.
So I was just getting blasted with COVID all day, every day.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like CPAP machines and nasal high flow, all that kind of thing.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I was actually starting to think that I was invincible because I'd gone so long.
I was so long about it. Yeah.
But turned out I wasn't. So
yeah, I didn't get my COVID till about I think it was October, November-ish, 2021.
Yeah,
basically, I'd been to a concert in London, a very, 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 very small venue to see a band, and probably only about 200, if that, in the venue.
Yeah.
And I was all right for a few days, and then on the week after, the Monday night, I just felt awful, and then obviously in bed for a week, and then another week feeling awful. So I knew it was that concert.
Yeah. I actually tested positive on Christmas Eve when I had it, which was
that's a pain.
It was annoying, but at the same time, I was actually meant to be working Christmas Day, Boxing Day.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well,
New Year's Eve,
cloud of silver lining.
Yeah. So and you had to isolate for 10 days still then.
Yeah.
So it got me out of work and everything. So I was quite chuffed.
Fair enough.
To be honest. What else have we got here? Richard Payne. Hi, all.
Richard.
I am drinking a beer, everyone. I'm very sorry. I had a bit of a crappy day today, so
don't worry.
Drinking a beer. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, Richard Payne, hiya. Ian J, hi, Richard. Everyone's saying hello to each other. It's great. I like chatting to each other in the chat. It's
there's a lot of people here that pop into my lives, so they've come over when I spam their live on Instagram and Facebook page and on my YouTube channel.
Anna says, "I am Hun. I'll be with you around 12ish." Oh, thank you, Anna. I'll have to make sure I don't have too many beers tonight then. And Damien's never had COVID, as far as you know, though. But yeah. Well done.
Well, you know when not to get it, Damien. Yeah.
So Limelight says, "Where are you both based, and are your car boots still open?" Do you want to go first, Pete?
Yeah. So where I'm based is basically south east, so 40 minutes from London, to a place called Epsom. And car boots, went to one local one, which is about not far from where I live, and it was on last week, but they have to open later at 7:30 due to council say so. So that's fine. But it's raining this weekend, but I think they're going to cancel it. And most of the other car boots, Saturday, Sunday ones, have finished, but we don't tend to get any car boots all year round. So
Yeah,
we only get like there was a Wednesday one that's now finished, which runs on us Wednesday and Saturday. But no, I think they're all going to be finished pretty soon. But it doesn't matter because, as I learned in this game, there's still plenty of places to source. And if you see my previous vlogs I've done, I've got a whole room here full of stock.
yeah,
Well, not just this room. I've got plenty of other places with full of stock.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm based in Cheltenham, which
Mhm.
is Gloucestershire, so southwest England, so literally the other side of Pete. Um, we only have a car boot here on a weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday. It's in
Mhm.
like massive fields. They are both really big boot sales to be found both days.
Yeah.
They're ending in November. I'm not sure when. Obviously, like if it rains, it doesn't go ahead. They
Yeah.
just post on their Facebook page saying it's not going ahead. Um, so yeah, it is still open, which leads quite nicely onto James's question, which is what's your plans when the boot is closed for stock?
Well, for me, I'll work out how many items roughly I've got in two lists and how long that will last me because I've been in this game for quite a number of years now to realise how long that will last. And obviously, it was different when we had COVID and that. So, plan for the booties. I've got other places that I will go to, not just charity shops, but other places which I don't tend to mention. Um, and then also looking online and all sorts of places. I always find that if you look hard enough, stock will come to you,
Yeah,
literally, and you build up contacts and yeah, people
yeah,
because I see a lot of people run the car boots who have channels and who have that, and then see a lot of people and get in with a lot of people in charity shops and that. So yeah, there's always some stock, but for me, it's mainly money. Having
yeah,
to save that particular money, whether I can go and get stock, because I don't always car
yeah,
boot every week or go sourcing. I tend to only go when I've got money,
yeah,
which at the moment hasn't been because I went last weekend, but then I hadn't been for a month because I couldn't afford it.
yeah, yeah. I
Mm.
said, sure, it was Monday on James's channel. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm sure I said I really don't want to be relying on charity shops throughout the winter.
God no, yeah,
I mean, even when I only started reselling like properly in January. Before
right,
then,
right.
I only sold Pokemon cards, and I just kind of dabbled with it,
Oh yeah, yeah.
on, now and again, or I might sell a load, then I left it.
Mhm.
Um, but I've noticed even the price hike in charity shops, even just from January to now,
Okay, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
ones.
understand that.
Um, so I really don't want to have to rely on them. That was how I started, obviously in the winter, started with
Mhm.
them. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't really want to rely on that. So I want to try and find some indoor car boots, which hopefully
Mhm.
aren't too far away from me. I don't mind I'm only an hour away from like Bristol, Birmingham, and Cardiff. So
Well, that's a good thing though.
three
Yeah,
cities
yeah,
that are pretty close to me. So hopefully I'll be
yeah.
somewhere around there. Um, but I'm gonna just hopefully find an indoor car boot. Look more into like Facebook Marketplace as well,
Mhm.
to get
Yep.
things off there. Using Olio app, I do that as well. I don't know if you
Okay.
guys do
Yep.
that, but it's like an app where people put stuff on there for free, and you just go and pick it up.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Yeah, not really sure what else. I kind of want to stay out of kilo sales as well because I find that a lot of the stuff I've got from kilo sales it's sat around, it's stuck there.
Okay. I've never been to one, so
Well, and when it's like £20 a kilo,
oh yeah.
if you think like a t-shirt is like 250 grams, possibly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you pick up like two t-shirts, you've already spent like £4 or £4 on one t-shirt really. Because it's 250 grams, so into a kilo, that's £4 on one t-shirt. If you pick up a pair of jeans, that's already like a tenner,
Yeah.
£15. So your profit on it can be quite minimal really. It's not You don't get a lot of leeway with it. So I'm trying to stay out of them as well a little bit really. So yeah, it's just gonna have to be thinking outside the box, I think.
That's true. Yeah, especially when it's your first. proper winter, and
Yeah.
then obviously got next year. Mm,
Yeah, I do
yeah.
consignment with my friend Nicole.
Yep.
So when I run out of stuff to list and I've got no money to go sourcing or whatever, um, she gives me like loads of stuff and I just list it and then we just split the profit 50
Okay. Fair
50
enough.
like each. So that then keeps my eBay ticking over as
Yeah.
well when I can't put new stuff on it. And then we just take off the postage, take off the fees, then you split that sum 50
Hmm.
50 really. Um, so yeah, just have to, like I say, just think outside the box, I think, really.
Correct. Indeed. Yes.
Um, so we've also got Kathy in.
Hmm.
Hello, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate that. Um, Anna says Ross on Y is still going ahead on Sundays. It's hard standing too, so better. Ross on Y is quite near me actually. It's about a 40-minute drive or so. It's more going to like Herefordshire. It's getting closer to that Wales border, closer to that bridge.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's good to know. Thank you, Anna. Um, I didn't realise they were still
Yeah.
going.
How far, as I say, would you drive to go to a car boot?
I reckon the max I drive is probably like an hour.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because I reckon if I drove like 2 hours, 2.5 hours somewhere, got there and there was like nothing there, wherever, I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah, because it can't cover your petrol costs. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, and the price of fuel now,
No,
it's
don't. Yeah.
it's crazy, isn't it? Do
Yep.
you drive, Pete?
Yeah, I've been driving since I was 18. Now I'm 32.
Oh, long time then.
Correct. Yep.
So, what's like your best flip you've had? Do you think?
Best flipped. So, if I remember rightly, so about it was 2019, near the Christmas time. I popped into a charity shop that used to be good, local to me, but now it's just horrible. And I think they got new management and that. And I went in, just happened to see this bag, and I knew it was quite heavy. So some um I think they were indoor bowls because at the time I was playing bowls. Me and my mum were playing bowls locally. I don't play anymore because I can't afford it and that.
Mm.
And but I was playing for a number of years and really enjoying it. And that's how my knowledge for looking at brands and the weights and what they actually are. I asked the lady how much they were. She said £5, and that was it. Done. Sold them for over about 100. I think it was 130 after fees.
Nice,
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
really good.
And a lot of people here might know if they watch my videos, like last few videos, I picked up plenty of bowls, but they've been older type ones. But I picked up
Yeah,
2 sets the weekend for £5 each, and
nice.
I was literally there. I looked up and Pete was there, sales unexpected because he's local to me, and he didn't see him. He was getting something else, and I was there, and he'll say that I was there, bish bash bosh, done straight away. And the first thing he said, "Do you want help with that?" I was like, "No."
No, thank you.
Yeah, we had a great laugh. Yeah, there's a load of people locally. Yeah, for that. That's my best one so far.
That's good. I found a Pokemon card under my bed. I don't know how long
Hmm.
it's been there for. But I found it, and it was like a full art gold one.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, do you know, what, I'm just gonna list it, put it on, and it
Okay.
went for about 75 quid, which like for a Pokemon card, like it's a bit of card, really, isn't it? At the end of the day,
True. True. Yes.
like
Yeah.
I think like I know like some of them do go for crazy
Yeah.
amounts more. Um, but I think like one of the most recent ones, it was one with me and Nicole actually, who I do a bit like consignment with.
Yeah.
She's got a storage unit, and we bumped into this woman who literally just wanted to get rid of her storage unit. She only had like a washing machine in there, this really nice apothecary table, can't say that word,
Yeah.
um, and a couple of other bits in there. And it was going to cost her 150 quid to get it into the tip. And she was like, I don't really want to tip it because there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't really want to pay £150. Um, so otherwise, it was going to cost, no, not cost, sorry, it was going to take till 6 o'clock in the evening for the British Red Cross to come and pick it up. But she just wanted to get out of there. So we just said,
Yeah. Get
oh,
it gone. Yeah.
don't worry, we'll take it from you. We'll just take it off your hands. So we put it in a storage unit. And I think we made about 450 quid off like the
Nice.
whole lot, which we just
Right.
split between
Yeah, yeah.
each other because we both kind of bumped into this woman and took her stuff basically. So yeah, it was quite good. I think the washing machine went for like 170. It was a Samsung one. It was nice. Table went for about 225. Sold another little table for like 30 or 40 quid.
Nice.
Had some curtains. They went for about 40 quid in total. I was really surprised I got rid of a bundle of about 72 CDs as well, because I don't really think people necessarily buy CDs so much.
Depends on what CD it is though, because there is a market for it.
Yeah,
A very, very, very small market, because at the moment vinyl is taken over that anyway, and
yeah,
also like cassette tapes were back in, but yeah, I've
yeah,
sold some CDs before. It's nostalgia value. It's what it
yeah.
is.
I
Yeah,
sold like 72 of them in a bundle for like sort of 20 quid, to be honest, because
yeah. Mm,
it was taking up quite a lot of room in my flat, and I was like, I just want them like gone. I'd rather just sell them
fair
all
enough.
as a
Yeah,
bundle. Um, and I think I've still got a little rug here from that
mm,
bundle of stuff, but yeah, it all went pretty well. So we were quite lucky with that, I think.
fair enough.
Limelight says the way things are going, I think we all need to start sourcing firewood. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I'm
Yeah.
not sure where I'd light it in my flat though. I think I'd just burn it down if I did that, to be honest. But
Mm.
yeah,
Uh,
and
have a look.
Night's Life says I'm going to build an outside wood cooking area at my house. Nice. Are you
Nice,
gonna
mate. Nice.
a pizza oven or something
Yeah.
like that?
Make sure it's not too close to your stock
Yeah.
in your outbuilding.
Don't set it on fire or like
Yeah.
make it stink of smoke either. Nice.
Yeah. Definitely is. Yeah.
Definitely a
Um.
outside like pizza oven. That's definitely a way to go. Kathy says, "Good plan, Rich. Get the free pallets for fuel."
uh,
Nice life. I thought sealed boxes of Pokemon went up in value, but mine have gone down. Never bought Pokemon before. There was like everything, Rich. There was a point in the pandemic.
mhm.
Early 2020 was actually when I'd started selling Pokemon cards, and just did it just as a bit of a laugh, really,
Yep.
nothing serious. Um, but the value of a lot of cards like them was just crazy. I mean, I've got a PSA 10 slabbed, Pokemon
Ooh,
card.
yeah.
I've got a Evolutions, I think it's like Pidgeotto EX, something like that. But it's a PSA 10, and that at one point went up to the value of nearly £400. It's
Lovely.
now dropped
Yeah.
down to about £80. So
Yeah.
they Pokemon market does work in like a pump and dump way
Correct. Yeah. Oh,
almost.
indeed. Yeah.
Um, yeah, the best thing to like kind of look out for, Rich. I mean, you can keep your sealed box. I don't know what set you've got or what year it is. I mean, the thing is with Pokemon, it's collector's items. So to be honest, you buy these boxes more as like an investment, and you don't really see a
Mhm.
return for like
Yeah.
20 years. Which is kind of what you're seeing now with all like the base set stuff or your
Mhm.
first edition base set, all that kind of thing. That investment is coming through now for people because that's the bit that people want. They want their childhood, they want the nostalgia,
Correct. Yeah.
like the first things. So I've got a couple of first edition cards, but nothing, special,
Oh,
kind of
right. Yeah.
common ones, energy
Yeah. Because
ones,
I
whatever.
remember years ago. Oh, it might be. Is it on my YouTube channel? I don't think so. But years ago, when I first started reselling, I had some Pokemon cards, and I was looking up the other day, on my personal Facebook page, and it
Yeah,
came up, and I was like, "Oh, I'll have a look at his photograph." When I used to have like a big unit here,
yeah,
and I had a whole folder full of Pokemon cards, and back then they were not going for anything much, and I
mm,
sold them for like really cheap, and I just had a quick look at the photograph and thinking, shit, I could have got sounds out of that, this, that, and the other. But I was like, back then when I didn't know much about it, I
yeah,
just wanted a quick flip and for him to go.
yeah.
But
My favourite set is the Evolutions 2016 set because it's
Okay.
basically a remake
Yeah.
of the base set.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
all like the artwork is the same and, things like that.
Mhm.
It's pretty much like the same cards. So that's like my favourite one.
Yeah. True.
Honestly, I'm actually surrounded on this desk by Pokemon. I've got tins like these, like
I've got a few stuff out over here.
literally
Yeah.
just absolutely filled
Yeah.
with cards. But a lot of that is it's all just bulk, like unless I list it all in a bulk, like kind of make bundles out of it, say like 50 grass type, 50 electric
Yeah.
type,
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
fire
Because
type,
I
whatever.
find they take the mick doing it individually if they're not worth much, but then
Yeah,
you can bundle them. But I do find that a lot of people like an individual card rather than having a big bulk of like they say grass types or thunder or whatever it may be. But yeah,
yeah.
um,
I mean, I used to sell them all individually, regardless of what it was,
yeah,
like common, uncommon, rare, whatever.
hmm
And you'd be lucky to get like 99p odd for your common ones, and it hardly makes
yeah.
it
For
easy
some are common, yeah,
in. I mean, all I used to do is stick it in a sleeve, stick it in a top loader, put it in an envelope, and there's a post box literally outside my flat. So that was the
oh
only
no,
reason I liked it, was because I didn't have to go anywhere. I just walked outside the flat.
yeah, because they're proper easy to pack, so it's just
Yeah,
like simple as, yeah.
yeah, yeah, really easy. But if you do know though, Rich, let me know what box you have got, what set it is,
Mm.
and then see whether it's worth
Yeah,
sticking
I
on or
think
not.
I've still got a
Really.
few over here. See what I've got. Because I did list the loads, but I've still got a few energy one in there. I've got
Yeah,
loads. Well, last year before, a whole lot of trainer cards, proper.
yeah,
Nothing there special. I took out the good ones and listed
yeah,
those. Anything else special? Abracadabra, Voltorb, Squirtle, Onyx, back
yeah,
from my youth. Just a few others there, but yeah,
yeah,
but um. I went to a jumble sale. I think it was April or about that, and not far from where I live. And I happened to go around this jumble sale, and happened to see like some cards. I was like right underneath a load of games. It was right tucked in, and there were Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
yeah,
And I dealt with dropping the Pokemon cards out of the thing. Yu-Gi-Oh before, and one of the cards I sold was a very good edition Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I got
yeah.
£50 for it all day long.
Oh, nice.
It sold so quickly. I was like, get in that, and then the other ones were just standard. But I knew as soon as I saw that card, I think I got paid about 50p for the whole lot.
I
So
think actually I'll just grab a card because I know that
yeah,
James had Jam on from Jam's eBazaar, and they were
right,
talking about how to spot fake cards,
yeah,
and I can just kind of go through it real quick because the reason why I say this because James put his comment on saying he might go to a
yeah,
card show in a few weeks. So just in case anyone tries sending you any fakes, James.
yeah,
So this one's just like a reverse hollow one. I'm not sure that you're going to be able to pick it up on the camera, but if you look literally at the side,
yep,
oh hang on a minute, I need to move this way. Sorry. Um,
okay,
down this way on here, if you look really carefully, you'll see like a black line that
yeah,
runs down it. The card as well will be really thin if it's fake. If you were to rip the card, then you'd see the black line as well that runs
mm,
down it. But actually, you don't
yeah,
necessarily have to rip a card. You can just see it from that part there. So yeah, and also you'll notice there's spelling mistakes on the cards as
oh, of
well.
course, yeah, and the dodgy
Or
artwork sometimes, yeah,
yeah, or the
yeah,
Pokemon
100%, yeah,
won't be matched to the right thing. So
yeah,
say you've got a Pikachu, but it comes
um,
out as like a grass one or something like that.
yeah,
But that's one of the main sort of tellers really is that bit on the side. I can't really show it very well on this camera. Is you'll get that
mhm,
black line. Um,
yeah, yeah,
and obviously to get like a PSA 10, the card has literally got to be mint,
oh,
like
100%, yeah,
pulled out the pack mint. Can't have like any whitening on there. any little
Yeah.
scratches or even like a print dot that's come on like
100%, yeah.
just
That's
from
what Ian from Masterpieces does. He
yeah,
does the same thing, cards and that. Either Pokemon or football cards or whatever he does, and he grades quite a lot. And you
yeah,
always see it on channel, got like a 8 or 9 or something like that. And
yeah,
he always sells, because I can't remember what pack. There was a pack of, was it for football or something? And anyway, he sold a pack of cards for £1,000. I can't remember what the pack was now. I did take a screenshot of one on eBay, but some people might here know of Masterpieces. And he sold a pack of cards for £1,000. I was like, flipping hell,
yeah.
mate. Which
Yeah,
is
you
because,
can get some good money out for them, but you've got to
yeah,
really know what you're looking at. If you hang on there, I'll get my PSA 10 card, just show you how good it's got
yeah,
to
sure, yeah.
be.
While you do that, I'll respond to James there. Yes, let me know on Instagram, James, about that jumble sale. I look it up because it's not that, shouldn't be that far anyways, as you say. So I look it up online. Look, send me that as you know that about that, James, when we get through to that jumble sale.
So this is my
Uh,
PSA
ooh,
10.
lovely. Yeah.
It's a Mega Pidgeot EX,
Ooh, yeah.
and if you see the back of it, there's literally not a mark on it.
Yeah, it's basically
Like it's
mint. Yeah.
perfect. There's no ink splatters on it. There's no
Yep.
whitening. There's no bends. There's no creases and nothing.
Nice.
And even it's sometimes hard to even pull them straight out of the pack fresh like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be really careful. Yeah.
Yeah, 10s aren't given out like easy, but that's the only one I own. That's my 10.
Yeah.
Night's Life says 2020 or 2021 Elite Trainer box that was Shining Fates. Yeah, so Shining Fates was basically a reprint of Hidden Fates.
Yeah.
Hidden Fates is like the more profitable set. That was a really
Hmm.
popular set actually. So I would hold on to that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
definitely.
If you really want it gone, then just stick it on. Pokemon at the end of the market literally does. It's a roller coaster, which is why I don't really sell cards anymore, to be honest. And Kathy says, and this is why I stay away from Pokemon cards. Yeah, it's a bit of a minefield, Kathy. Like
Yeah.
if you're not sure what you're looking for, like there's so many different like editions, versions, but error cards and misprints are worth holding on to as well. People pay a lot of money for errors and misprints
Yeah.
on cards.
Hmm.
I sold like a metal energy card that had literally ink splattered like all over it. It was just full of dots, and someone paid me about £6-7 for that, which isn't too bad. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
that's for me. Yeah, he sent me via
Oh, is that
Instagram
what
the
I
jumble sale. Yeah. Yep. That's what you got to do. You got to have friends in this sort of game where they
forgot?
like to let you know about things, and I do as well.
I love how that happened when I was out the room. Thanks, guys. James says good advice. Thank you, James.
Yeah.
I do try. Cool. Well, we've been online for about 40 minutes now. I know that Pete's got a show tonight that he also needs to prepare for. So
Indeed. Yes.
Pete's show is on at 8:30. Is that right?
Yep. 8:30. Yep.
8:30. So please join Pete tonight. I'll be in the chat as well. Just
Lovely. Lovely.
cause a nuisance probably. So yeah, join Pete's show tonight. Next week we've got Rich on from Night's Life. And yeah, so I'm going to start wrapping it up if that's all right with
Yeah,
you.
that's fine. Yeah.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Really appreciate it. Like it's good to have so many people in the chat.
Hmm.
It's really nice, and thanks for like saying hello to everyone as well. Like things like that are really important as well. Keep up the community, so help each other. So yeah, I'm going to sign off now, guys, and I'm sure I'll chat to you all a little bit later tonight as well. So thanks so much for joining, Pete. Really
Yeah.
appreciate
No
it.
worries. That's always a pleasure to join. Yes.
Thank you so much. Right then, guys. So we will catch you all later. See you
Take
soon.
care, everyone. See you later.